Church here, and welcome to the Game Grinder, and today we're doing an unboxing video. It feels like it's been a little while since my last one, but cool collector's editions have kind of been few and far between lately, but in this next coming month there's actually a few coming out in a short period, so that's interesting. But without further ado, let's get to it. So as no surprise, like the title states, this is for Nier Replicant, and this is the White Snow edition. Now, Nier is an interesting entry into a somewhat unusual series, although it's hard to call it a series. But there's a really cool timeline. There was some games on the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 called Drakengard, and those are kind of their own thing. But in one of the Drakengard games, one of the endings actually branches off into Nier, and then Nier actually is you can't even really call it a prequel, but it is the prequel to Nier Automata. Now, they're very disconnected. Nier Automata actually takes place 10,000 years after Nier, and Nier is like 1,000 years or so after Drakengard. There's huge distances of time, but there's really cool threads that kind of link them together, that if you don't know the story of the previous games or the future games, it doesn't really matter too much, but it adds a little extra insight. But anyways, Nier is essentially, or at least Nier Replicant, this game is a brother out on a quest to essentially save his sister. Now, this is actually a remake or remaster of Nier that we had gotten back in 2013, I think, or 2011. It's been a little while. Japan actually got Nier Replicant as their game, and we got Nier Gestalt, which replaced the brother with a father character. Kind of a weird thing. I don't really understand why those choices were made, but the story is relatively the same. And this is, like I said, a remake of Nier, or a remaster. I'm not entirely clear on it. I've kind of avoided a lot of information as I was super excited for this game. I hadn't played the original Nier, but I did play Nier Automata. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorite games of the last gen. And I've been meaning to get back to play Nier, and then this got announced and I was like, okay, well, I'll just hold off and wait for that. So I'm super excited to finally play this game. Heard lots of great things. Gameplay, not so much, but the story and especially the soundtrack are supposed to be phenomenal. So with that said, let's go ahead and check out this collector's edition. So Square is again pulling off one of the things that really drives me nuts about collector's editions, and that is not including the game in the collector's edition. The game comes separate. So we got Nier Replicant, and the title is actually Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139 ... Who knows? Yoko Taro is a very, very interesting character, the designer and creator of the game. But with that said, let's go ahead and check out the Nier Replicant White Snow edition. So after missing out on the Nier Automata Black Box edition, I absolutely was not going to miss out on this one. Unfortunately, this doesn't come with a statue, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. So as you see here, we have some cover art of some of our main characters there. Nothing too crazy about the box itself. On the side, it says Nier Replicant White Snow edition. We got some designs on the back, and yeah, that's about it. So let me go ahead and pull off the plastic and we can further check this out. So removing the slipcover, we have a little bit more designs on the box. I'm assuming, actually, I'm not going to make any assumptions on what these flowers signify, as again, I don't really know the ins and outs of the story of the game. So that's pretty neat. Nothing else on the box. Let's go ahead and open it up. And we are loaded with goodies for this one. So first thing here is a steelbook. And there we have some more artwork on the back. It says Nier Replicant, and nothing too special on the inside, just some scenery. Like the kind of like semi-foil look to it. That's always cool. And next up is the Nier Replicant soundtrack, and this is actually in a very unique and interesting presentation. So it kind of looks like a book. We got I believe this is Grimoire Weiss or Grimir Weiss on the front. Some other designs on the back there, and it opens up like a book. Has some language. There is basically kind of like a angelic language in the Nier games. I don't know what it says, but it says something. And then this says Weiss Edition. And this here is basically our track listing. Really nice little layout there. Has some credits and some other information. And then instead of being like in a jewel case, it actually has kind of like a cardboard insert that has one disc, and then the second disc, and I don't believe there's anything else in here. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't really seen a soundtrack presented in this way, and I think I like this quite a bit. You know, jewel cases, you know, or whatever, but doing a little something extra is really neat, and especially when it comes to these soundtracks, they are something special, to say the least. Then next up here is the Grimoire pin set. On the front it just says White Snow Edition. This box is kind of hefty. Again, we got a little bit of design on there. Opening this up, we have a few pins, and these are I don't know the details of the story, but these are characters of some sort, creations. One of them is like a companion throughout the game. These pins are actually pretty heavy. Like, I don't know. It's solid. Like, there's actually some heft to these, surprisingly so. I believe this is Weiss, or the character, or the book that's with us here in the middle. And yeah, kind of. I'm not a pins guy myself, so not really my thing, but still, it's kind of a unique and interesting inclusion, and you know, they didn't skimp on the design here, so that's pretty cool. So then lastly for this collector's edition is an incredibly unique inclusion. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but it's pretty neat nonetheless. And what this is a script collection, done in kind of like a bound collection, little mini books, and each of these books is the script for a certain character. So for example, I don't know the main character's name, but here's a script for them. I'm assuming this is the sister, a full script with this, and like I said, I think that's the main character. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't played the game yet, but it is exactly what it says. It's scripts. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. I don't know if there's additional information in here. I'm pretty sure it is what it is in the books. Looks like I got actually a bent page production issue here, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of checking up on what these are about. But yeah, very, very interesting. Alright, so that is the Nier Replicant White Snow Edition. Again, like I said, I am very excited to jump into this game and finally play it. And then, of course, as always, I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you played Nier? Are you going to play Nier Replicant? Anybody else pick up the White Snow Edition? And what do you think about this collector's edition? Very, very unique. No art book, so that's kind of unfortunate because I know these games have some really cool art and production work, but we get a really cool soundtrack. Got the steel book, pins, and then the scripts that like I said, I'll have to look at the scripts a little bit more. I'll probably wait until I finish the game because I don't want any spoilers. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And then as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you next time on the Game Grinder.